Squad! Welcome back, everyone, to a new car rant. We are finally back with some more videos. I am so sorry that we had no videos out last week, but alas, we had tons of finals and tons of schoolwork to do. Thankfully, though, all of that unimportant stuff is out of the way, and I can come back to providing some content for you guys while you are all stuck inside and bored out of your minds. Now, you can watch the new videos, so let's get right to it. Alright guys, you join me for a brand new car rant. We are finally back doing some car rants, and today I decided to do it about cool doors, right? Everybody likes cool doors on your car. You have all types. We're gonna go through all the types I know about, some history behind them, what they look like, what do they do, and some stuff about them. So let's get to it. Alright, so first, let's start off with normal car doors. Everybody knows normal car doors. It's the doors you have on your car, it's the doors you have on your house, it's the doors that everything has, okay? So, I have my Lego cars example here. This here has normal doors, right? Opens it up, door opens up, you can open and close the doors however you like, okay? Now, personally, I don't like these doors very much, alright? They're big, they're annoying, they hit things, they're out of the way, and all they do is just open and let the person in and let them out. There's really nothing more to go about it. I think that cars have had these doors since cars were invented. Nothing very special. You have your normal car doors, okay? Now we get into some of the exciting car doors, all right? Car doors, I don't know why differently opening doors are so much cooler than regularly opening doors. You're only going to be seeing them when you get in and out of the car, and most of the time they just make it harder to get in and out of the car. But that's what supercars are about, right? Being unnecessarily cool and making it harder for you to do stuff, but making it cooler for you to do stuff, right? It's the conservation of coolness. If it's cool, then it's probably harder to do. But we won't talk about that. So, first cool door that we can talk about, I think, is probably the gull wing door. All right, this is probably the original cool door as far as I can think of. Instead of a normal door opening like this, gull wing doors open up, sort of like my Lego van here, okay? Gull wing doors, right? Look, the doors go up and down. It's so cool. Anyway, the first car to have this that I know of is probably the Mercedes 300 SL. Had the gull wing doors, right? Classic part of that car. There may have been cars before that had that, but this was definitely the car that made it famous. All right, gull wing doors. They open up. Then you had the SLS that came back with the gull wing doors as an homage to the 300 SL, and of course the famous DeLorean with the gull wing doors. Now these aren't actually used all that common in the supercar world. Currently, the Apollo IE has gull wing doors, and the Pagani Huayra versions have gull wing doors, the Huayra BC. Actually, no, the Roadsters don't, because you need a roof in order to have gull wing doors. But they're not really all that commonly used, which is unfortunate because I think they're really cool. The only car that has gull wing doors that doesn't do it right is the Tesla Model X, of course, with its stupid gull wing doors in the back. If you're gonna do gull wing doors on a four-door car, you need to have 4 gull wing doors, or else it's just not cool and it's super lame, like it is on the Tesla, as well as them opening automatically and just getting stuck and not working, and just a whole bunch of weird stuff and being very strange on a crossover. But that's Tesla. So those are your gull wing doors, right? They just open it straight up, and they're pretty good. I mean, I don't think they're any more convenient than normal doors. I mean, it's kind of hard to reach the door when you're inside the car, but it's kind of like, well, oh well. I just think they're really cool looking, and one of the reasons that the SLS is one of the coolest Mercedes is because it has gull wing doors. It just sets it apart from everything else. It's just so neat. Alright, so the next supercar door we'll go into is butterfly doors. Alright, these are kind of the almost generic door of the supercar world. Butterfly doors open up and out. Ferraris have them, right? The Enzo and the LaFerrari have them. I think every single McLaren ever made has butterfly doors, and new Ford GT has butterfly doors. Basically, if you're a supercar and you want to put cool doors, you're gonna go butterfly doors. Now, I don't actually have a Lego car that has butterfly doors, unfortunately. We can look at this car that I made, has reverse butterfly doors. Opens like that. I mean, it's kind of accurate, but it's the only way I could do it in Lego. Butterfly doors, I think the first car to have them was the McLaren F1, and since then every McLaren has had butterfly doors, but they are cool, but not as cool, I think, as gull wing and some of the other types I'm going to get to. So butterfly doors, like I said, pretty generic, you know. a bunch of cars have them. They're all over the place. Still very cool doors, but you could definitely have cooler doors. Something that McLaren has been doing that I really like is having the butterfly doors cut into the roof, which is sort of like the original Ford GT kind of cuts in. And as they open up, you get this huge opening area you can get to. Unfortunately, they still open outward, so they take all of the space basically of a normal door opening up. So if you park close to someone, you're probably not going to be able to get into your car. But if you have a supercar, who needs to park it next to anyone anyway? It's fine. So that's butterfly doors. We'll move on now, I think, to scissor doors, which are so cool. All right, the staple of Lamborghini coolness, the scissor doors, right? They had introduced it on the Countach, and since then, very, very few cars other than Lamborghini has used the scissor doors. Okay, so scissor doors, you can look at this car, right? They just open straight up, literally straight up. And it's so cool. I want scissor doors. And they look awesome with them up. Apparently Lamborghini has a thing where if you get a Lamborghini, you're supposed to take a picture of it with the doors up. Like that's how they want it photographed, which is so cool. Scissor doors, yeah, they just go straight up. Interestingly, they were first applied on the Countach because, you know, Lamborghini's crazy, but also because they're supposed to be a solution to parking issues, right? Where you open the door and you can't get out because someone's close to you. Well, if the door just goes straight up, then you don't have to worry about it, right? It's genius. It is practical, except that it still blocks a good amount of the doorway when you're trying to get in, but it's very convenient otherwise. It's just so cool. A few cars that have had it other than the Lamborghinis, right? The V12 Lambos, Countach, Countach, Diablo, Murcielago, Aventador, and then all the, you know, high-end ones like the Reventon, the Veneno, the Centenario, the Cyan, those cars. The V12 Lambos, they have the scissor doors, and then, you know, the V10s, the Gallardo, and the Huracan don't, but that's cool. It keeps it special. But other than them, there's only been a few cars I know of that have used scissor doors. One is the Vector W8, which is such a cool car. I want one. And the Bugatti EB110 also has scissor doors. Now, the Lamborghini actually redid their scissor doors with the Aventador. They open slightly outward instead of the Murcielago and everything back. They just went straight up, but it's still super cool. I love Lamborghini doors, and if I were to actually put those on anything I have, it would be Lamborghini doors. But we'll get into that later, why that shouldn't happen. All right, so those are the scissor doors. They also allow a pretty cool thing in Lamborghinis where you can open the door and actually sit out of the car and see behind you, since you can't see anything in the car. I'm sure there's plenty of clips and you guys have probably seen it, but those are scissor doors. Then we have one last type of door that I'm gonna get into, Koenigsegg doors, okay? Listen, a lot of startup companies or small companies, when they're making their supercar, they either put normal doors on it or they put supercar doors on it, which they put butterfly doors. It's either butterfly doors or normal doors. That's really all you see. Koenigsegg decided to do this differently though and create an entirely new type of door called the dihedral synchrohelix actuation door. And yes, I do actually know what they're called. Other people just call them Koenigsegg doors, which is probably the better way to call them because nobody else has them. If you haven't seen them before, I'm sure we'll put a clip of them opening, but they start out and they move up and then kind of fold this way. It's hard to describe, but it's literally a scissor door with no inconvenience. And people don't, obviously, they're super cool, and especially with Koenigsegg's auto skin feature, how they open automatically, it's the ultimate flex. I mean, you pull up and your door opens like that automatically without you touching it is just the coolest thing that you could ever do. Especially on the Gemera, where you have a four-seater car with two doors, and it opens this massive door by itself, and it's just so cool, and one of the many reasons that that is just the ultimate car, and why Koenigsegg is the best brand. As with everything Koenigsegg does, they're super cool, but they're also convenient, and so when the doors open, it actually, so it gives you all this space, because it's a pretty thick door, but it opens up, and it doesn't go out, it doesn't hit a car next to you, it clears the curb on the new ones, and you have all of the room that the door left. It doesn't block your room, it's not hard to reach, obviously, because you can press a button to close it, and you have all the space to get in and out of the car. It's genius. It's so cool. I have no idea how it works, but it's really neat, and those are the best doors. As I showed you all of my Lego cars, and I have quite a bit more over there. If you want to see a video on my Lego cars, I will definitely do that, but unfortunately, we don't have any cars right now that open like this, where it's literally just the roof opening up. Why don't we have cars that do that? I want a car that does it. That's so cool. Literally, the roof opens up. Like, why I haven't redone that. When I start my own car company, this is how my car's gonna open. I'm just gonna say that. So make sure you fund me so I can make my own car company and have cool doors on it. The reason I made this video is because I saw a recent article about scissor door adaptation kits. And now that you all have had a crash course on cool doors, you know that scissor doors are the ones that open straight up like Lamborghinis. Now, there is something that I don't like about cool doors, and that is putting them on cars that shouldn't have them. Now, there's obviously there's a limit for this, but putting cool doors, scissor doors, on a cool car that does not come with them is not cool. It breaks the rules. It's like, what are you doing? A huge culprit for this is Corvette owners who want to buy a supercar but can't afford one and try to make their Corvette look like one. And it's just no, don't do that. I have seen so many Corvettes with scissor doors and it's terrible. Corvettes come with normal doors. They always have. Even the new C8 mid-engine car has normal doors. But now people have just made an adaptation kit for you to put scissor doors on your Corvette. And it's just like, but no, it doesn't come with those. And it just looks weird to have a Corvette with scissor doors. I've even seen Camaros with scissor doors. I've seen Challengers with scissor doors, and that's just extra terrible. You can't do that. A huge offender is a lot of Corvette owners put scissor doors on their cars, and they're gonna especially be doing it on the C8 because they're like, look, I got a mid-engine car. It's a Ferrari. I'm gonna put scissor doors on it. And Ferraris don't even come with scissor doors. Ferraris come with butterfly doors. But I mean, you know, if it's your car and you want to do that, I can't tell you not to. I'm just telling you that I think putting scissor doors on a cool car that does not have cool doors from factory is horrible. So that's all the types of doors and some of my opinions on them and some of my cool Legos I just wanted to show off. Obviously, I've made all these myself. But yes, welcome back to Car Rants. We are back in it, and I will be trying to put out videos weekly once more, now that I don't have a lot of class to do, which is so nice. I had so much schoolwork, guys. It was just terrible. But now I can do more important things like building Legos and playing slot cars. So next week, we're probably going to be doing another car review. Make sure you check out the Cruise video I made last week on my mom's Chevy Cruise. Very rare car. The Focus ST video is doing very well. I'm very happy. I'm glad you guys like the Ford Focus ST, an amazing car. And I just saw a Ford Explorer ST, or I think it was an Explorer ST, and I was like, oh my gosh, why are they making crossover SUVs? Terrible. That's not even crossover, this is an SUV ST. Some updates. I know you guys like the local mechanic, otherwise known as Alan's Pontiac Trans Am, and that video is going crazy. We're almost at 300 views, which is awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And I definitely want to do a follow-up video. However, it is in the shop, and unfortunately, with everything going on right now, not a lot of work has been done, and we're waiting on news, and we're trying to get it back, and it's just a whole kerfuffle. We're gonna get it back. Alan's having some work done. He's getting rust removed. We're actually gonna have real floors in it, not just holes. It's gonna be great. But I am trying very hard to get a follow-up video on that, and I will let you guys know when we are going to hopefully have one soon. So that's about it. And yes, thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you all learned some more about cool doors, and you will be able to spot any cool doors now that you see. Also, Bugatti, please put cool doors on your cars. Stop being a boring Volkswagen. And that's about all I have to say. Peace out, squad. Still in camera. This is terrible. Afraid it's the conference. A four-door car. Sorry, I keep saying that. Four-seater car. So make sure you fund me so I can. I broke it. I don't think I have anything else to talk about.